Basketball fans, welcome back. So in this video, this is going to be a player ratings uh, video. And to start, as you can see from the video, as you can see from the title, we'll be doing a player ratings for the Equity Hawks team. And I'll go through each player statistically, and we'll give them a rating, and we'll look at the stat sheet, look at the stats, what they did, what they produced for us, and we'll give them a rating in a scale of 1 to 10. And before we start, please be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, get notified. I'll be producing more videos of this nature moving forward. And please be sure to, tune in. I have a lot in the tank, and honestly, it's been a while since I've made videos like this. So let's get into it. So the first player that we're going to start with, Marian Wanjiku. So she played 6 games and she averaged 23 minutes. So 23 minutes per game for 6 games. That's a very long time to play. Look at what she produced. 45% shooting from deep, from the field, 0 from deep, and 60 from the line. So for playing her position, she plays the front court. So you expect her to be that player who can be able to finish at the rim, clean up, and grab as many balls as she can and play defense and be a borderline rim protector and also a perimeter, defending the perimeter. So you expect her to have that productivity. But looking at what she has produced, 11.8 points, let's say 12 points, plus minus or plus 3.7, 0.5 blocks, 1.7 turnovers, 2 personal fouls, and 0.8 assists. So in her position, I don't expect her to assist the ball that much, but I expect her to be at least a double-double threat. So Marianne Nyagaki, and in the games that really mattered, the games that we expect them to at least do something significant, she came out small, especially in that REG game. She came out small that REG game, and it was sad. And given what you have seen from her game, from what you have seen her play in the 3x3, I've seen her play in the national team, and I've also seen her play in last year's AWBL, which has rebranded to the WBLA for this season. I will give her a solid 4 out of 10. And this is me being very generous. I'll give her a 4 out of 10. Because when it matters, she came out small. And at some point, she was very inefficient. So I'll give her a 4 out of 10 in that one. Now, for the next player, Judith Pantaleo. So she plays for the USIU Flames, but in this route, she was taken and she was plugged into the Equity Hawks roster. In 6 games, she averaged 22.7 minutes. So she was 46% shooting from the field, 57 from 2-point range, and she was 83 at the line. So she averaged 10.2 points. She has an efficiency of 13. For a player at her position, having an efficiency of 13 is a great deal. And even doing a quick scan, you can see she was one of the most efficient players in that squad. She averaged more rebounds than Marianne. She averaged more assists than Marianne, of which is okay. And in the steals department, she had 1.2 steals and 0.5 blocks. She had similar blocks to Marianne. So with her performance in the position she plays, I will give her a solid 7 out of 10. Because looking at what she did, she was good. She was solid, even given like the system that the Equity Hawks run. A 7 out of 10 rating is not that bad. It's actually quite good, given the minutes that she played and given what she produced. I can say she had a better run than Marianne, and despite the fact that she has not had a lot of opportunities that Marianne has had. I'm not comparing the two players because they play the different positions, but looking at what I saw from her, she's good, and I'll give her a solid 7 out of 10. And also, just to mention, uh, being at the point guard position and having these statistics, she did well. Next on the list, Rita Oloch. So Rita, she played all the 6 games, averaged near 22 minutes per game, 47% shooting from the field, and shooting from the line 28%. She averaged 6.5 boards, 2.5 assists, 0.8 personal fouls, and she averaged 5.7 points. She had an efficiency of 10.2. For Rita, not so much. I will just give her a 4 out of 10. I will group her in the same class as Marianne, despite the fact that Rita has not even played for. I've not seen her play for the national team like that. She has not been granted the many opportunities that Marianne has had, but the play style and the productivity is next to the same. It's the same thing. You get the same productivity, even despite Marianne scoring more points. Still the same. 4 out of 10. Betty Kalano. This is where it gets interesting. So she played all the 6 games, 21.3 minutes played, 43.4% from the field, 54 from the free throw line, and 29, let's say near 30% from downtown. So, and 57 from 2-point line. So 3.5 rebounds, 3.8 assists, and she averaged 10 points on 10 efficiency. So Betty, she played for the national team back in the day, and she's also been playing for, you know, she's also been playing for the Equity Hawks. Even last year, she played in continental showdowns, even in the year before. You know, for such a player, you have a lot of expectations, and you put her in a different class. And if you compare her even with the best players that play different positions, when it comes to even the other players for the opposing teams, the top players in opposing teams, the top players who are not the role players but the star players, she ranks below them with a wide margin. And even rating her is on a different scale, because out of 10, I can give her a solid 3 out of 10, because number one, this is not being biased, but given her productivity and given what other players are doing, even with her experience and her underperforming and not being able to carry the team like that, 3 out of 10. All right. Valerie Kemunto. So Valerie, she played 6 games, 20 minutes per game, 40% shooting from the field, 44% from the line, and 15% from the three. I don't expect that Valerie to shoot like a lot of threes like that, but you know, the most important stats Valerie who's supposed to be able to amass is on defense, especially when it comes to blocks. She only had 0.5 blocks and 7.3 points per game and 4.8 rebounds per game. And in the turnovers, that's where we draw the line, because she had more turnovers than blocks. Although she had 1.2 steals. She had a 7.5 efficiency, one of the top efficiencies in basketball right now. So in the team right now. So Valerie, I'll give her a solid 4 out of 10, because she's one of those players that you expect to play like at her position and her size and her position. You expect her to be at least more productive. But the main downside that Valerie has is her footwork, her movement, being able to like move and be creative at the post. That's where she struggles. And I feel like Valerie, Rita, and Marianne suffer from the same issues, especially when it comes to the front court. Your footwork, how you dance around the rim, that is what's going to set you apart from the other top players. And you're going to be much more of an elite player if you're able to fix your footwork. So, Valerie, 4 out of 10. Jemima Omondi. So, Mima, I've been following this girl and I've seen her hop from team to team. I followed her when she played for the Storms team when I was covering hoops back 2 years ago. She went to KPA. I monitored that. She had a very poor performance at the Africa Women's Cup, and last year she did not even play in any continental showdown because of her moving teams like that. So she got dropped by KPA, and she subsequently landed with the Equity Hawks. And I knew for a fact she's gonna get minutes when she's gonna get an opportunity to redeem herself. But unfortunately, given the heavy minutes that she was given, she was not able to redeem herself. Look at what she gave us. Uh, in 5 attempts per game, that's 48%. 50% from downtown, 18% from three. So you expect this player at her position to be able to at least be efficient because she's known for her threes, and she's not been able to even shoot a three ball efficiently, and it has been very disappointing watching her play. So it's sad, and I can say she damn near like fell off. Okay, I don't expect her to average like a lot of rebounds like that, but man, she has been bad. She has been very, very bad. 5 points per game, 6.2 efficiency. I mean, Judith is a much better option than Mima at this point because Mima failed. And at some point, she was on the trajectory of being one of the best, you know, point guards in the country. She was on that route. But KPA just killed her confidence, and she's not been able to be the way she was when she played for the Storms because she was driving, she wasn't missing layups, she was not passing up layups, she was just driving, and she was one of the players that you trusted, especially when it came to finishing. But for now, she's a shell of her former self, and she'll never be the same. She'll never be the same, honestly. And I feel bad for her because she has a lot of potential. She can still bounce back. It's not over, but if you're not realistic with yourself, you'll not understand you'll not understand where the problems are. So for her, sorry Mima, it's a 2 out of 10 because given the minutes that you're given by the team, Judith still outplayed you, and you are supposed to be much more efficient than Judith, and you're supposed to have like a lot of awareness than Judith, but Judith still outplayed you. It's a 2 out of 10. Sorry, Mima. All right, Elizabeth Okumu. Now, 16 minutes played in 6 games, 37% shooting from downtown. She had 0.7 assists, 1.3 rebounds, and 2.5 points. So I'm not going to take too much time here. I'll just give her a solid 2 out of 10. It's a 2 out of 10 performance. Okay, Michelle Fortsing. Okay, so 15 minutes played. She had that wild layup that I really, really enjoyed. That photo was just fire. 8 points, 8.2 points per game, 8 efficiency. Because the Equity Hawks really struggle, especially when it comes to scoring, I'll give her a 4 out of 10. I'll just give her a 4 out of 10. Now, Rachel Odiambo, 15 minutes played, 39% shooting, 100% from the line, 1.3 rebounds, 2.3 assists. Man, I can give her a solid 3 out of 10. Melissa Otieno. Now, Melissa, I know you're listening to this one, and let me just pipe it and I just tell it the way it is. Melissa, you're the captain for the Kenya Lioness team. With that distinction, there are a lot of expectations that comes from you. You are supposed to lead this team, you're supposed to guide this team, you're supposed to show players the way and tell players guide them and show them how to win these games. In the times that you have played, you have been very poor, you have been very inefficient, you have lacked any form of leadership, you have lacked any form of direction when it comes to directing plays and showing players how they're supposed to win games. Given the experience that you have, Melissa, you have played 3x3 and 5x5 basketball. You have played for the national team, not and you have played at the club level. Not only in the national level, you also played in the club level. And you have logged in so much minutes for you to produce 5.8 points. That's like 6 points. This is unacceptable. 6.8 efficiency plus minus for plus 8.8 for you to produce 5 points, 1.3 rebounds, 2.3 assists at your position. It's unacceptable. I mean, no, not even 5. It's 5.8 points. I don't know why I use racial stats. You produced 1.3 points, 2.8, no, 1.3 rebounds, 2.8 assists, 5.8 points. Sad. For you to produce these stats, Melissa, for me, it's a 1 out of 10. Just to show the disappointment that I have and the expectations that I have from you. So it's very embarrassing, and I feel bad because you have all the tools to be so great, but when it matters, you're not there. Man, it's sad. It's sad. Then Cynthia Mawero. So Cynthia, I have seen you practice when in the All One Basketball Academy. I don't know what happens when it comes to games because all that productivity that you show when you're training, it doesn't even translate to the actual game. Look at this. Going through this, it's sad. You've been given limited minutes, 9.6 minutes per game. I mean, it's 1 out of 10. Not too much to say. This import, I mean, not import. I don't think she's an import. Lavin Auma Witi, I'm not sure. But similar to Cynthia, I'll just give you a solid 1 out of 10. And yeah, that's just about it. So do tell me in the comment section who you think that I rated poorly, because I feel like it's very fair given the track record I've seen these players have and what we have experienced when it comes to these players. So you tell me what you think down in the comment section. I mean, it's embarrassing. I must see you in the next one. Peace out.